those cleanse functions. Okay, and we have address doctor. Okay, and IDQ cleanse functions, everything. So if we use those functionalities in between the landing table and stage table, so we call those mappings are advanced mappings. Okay? Nothing but like if we use any extra components in between the landing and staging table while creating the mapping, those we call as a advanced mappings. So here we use cleanse functions and address doctor or IDQ cleanse libraries and those things. In the projects, mostly the cleanse operations will not be implemented directly in the mappings between the landing and stage tables. Okay, it's an like unnecessary overhead to the MDM system. So then why do we have cleanse functions? Is like to perform the basic operations, or else like if you like when you are validating something at the time, we will use these cleanse functions. And mostly the data which we pass into the MDM is in a cleansed format. Okay, as per the MDM application requirement. So this will be implemented over at data quality or ETL level. So even address doctor at this trillium ID, these two things implements in IDQ, okay, Informatica data quality, or else it could be any data quality tool, or it could be any ETL tool. So address doctor is nothing but standardization of address. Okay, whether that address is valid or not, address format is valid format or not, those details. Even we can um, even we can validate the email address also. Like we know that, right, how the email should be. Before other rate symbol, the text should be there, and after the other rate symbol, either we should have .com or domain name. It could be .com or .in or .br or .us, or it could be anything, but we should not have any special symbols other than dot. So we
Okay.
can validate those things also. Email validation, contact validation, everything we'll do validation at the data quality layer level. Okay. Even we do in MDM also, but for basic things. And cleanse functions in my project we use mostly for user interface purpose. We have customer 360, entity 360 applications are there. So whenever the user wants to insert the data through user interfaces, at that time we go for cleanse functions. Okay, or else we can use cleanse function to reject some of the specific records while entering into the MDM. So let's see the sample cleanse function. So here we are converting the date in required format. So here we have parts date cleanse function and format date cleanse function, and we are converting the input date string from mmddyy with slash formats to yymmdd. Okay, so this is one sample. Like this type of cleanse functions we can implement, or else we can use some specific function to reject the record if it does not satisfy the requirement. Suppose we are getting contact number like having length greater than 10, then we have to reject those records. Okay, and those things we'll see those things. Okay, so I'll explain while so for every cleanse function we have input, output are there. And in the cleanse functions, we have Informatica MDM provides some specific default cleanse functions, and we can create our custom cleanse functions also based upon the provided. So here the predefined functions provided by Informatica. Data conversion functions converts the data type. from boolean to string, date to different format, integer to string, those things. Okay, and logic functions and or not. Okay, and math functions, concatenation, subtraction, multiplication, string functions like trimming of space, concatenation, miscellaneous like in order to stamp any time or date. So we use now function, and reject function to reject the records if it satisfies the condition. And read database function. Read database function is reads the data from database. That that too it's ORS specific database. Okay, in our ORS, Vamsi ORS, we have some data, some tables are there. So if we want to look up those data, and then we have to load into the stage tables, at that time we'll go for read database function. I will explain you read database function, reject function, now function. So people ask in interviews what is read data function, how it works. Okay, we'll mostly we'll cover these cleanse functions. So in the cleanse function we have different like different types. One is graph function, and another is cleanse list function, and regular expression functions. Okay, to create a custom cleanse function we have three types: cleanse list functions, graph functions, and regular expression count functions. Okay, so this function which we have implemented, this function we call as a graph function. Okay, graph is nothing but if we use multiple cleanse functions within a cleanse function, then we call it as a graph function. If we use only one, then it called as a cleanse list. We will see those things. Okay, we have different things are there. I'll explain you. Let's go and see the cleanse functions. So here we have cleanse functions are there. So as defined string functions, see what are all the functions Informatica has provided. Uppercase, trim, title case is equal to insulation cap, substring, split and reverse, write pad, regular expressions. We can implement some regular expressions, padding, lowercase, format. Okay. This converts to different formats as it required. Suppose the contact should uh, should be in this format, then we can implement that. And default value, we can provide some default value. Okay. Concatenation, so at a time we can concatenate 6 strings, compress white space. So which are the white spaces present in the text, and that will be compressed to single space. So if you look here, we have the text function is there. If we test it out, see how the spaces will be compressed. So here I have provided multiple spaces, but it is compressing to single space. Okay. This type of concatenation simply like it considers all the text, and concatenates. Okay. If here we'll provide space like this, and we have noise filters are there. Okay. To remove this specific type of filters like data. So I will see miscellaneous functions: read, now, reject. Okay. Read database nothing but we'll connect to a specific database, specific table, and we'll retrieve the data. So here we have like for table name, table name port, we provide the table name. Suppose I'll provide CPO underscore PA or TY underscore M. So I have provided the table name. So I'll provide row ID object ID underscore object. And so here I'm providing the uh, so here I'm mentioning row ID object, right? So what is the meaning of this means we are informing to the MDM application that hit this database and verify this column and like the data which we supply. Suppose if I mention row ID object 2, okay, so we are specifying that go to this table, search for this column for this data, okay, and return column. So which column we have to return. So here name, if I mention name, so like it provides output name column. Let's see the functionality. Okay, see we are getting this like for row ID object to whatever what is the name present, that value we can retrieve. Let's see. For this row ID object to, this is the name we have. So we are retrieving this. Okay. Along with that, we have one option clear cache. Okay. So before explaining clear cache, so here we are getting how many output? Three outputs. One is the column which we have mentioned, like we want name column. So we are getting that data. And here record found flag as true and found in cache flag as false. Okay. Let me rerun this once again. We are getting the output same.
from the cache.
Okay. But we are getting from the cache. It means that whatever the cache, whatever the data present, which were already built in cache, that data it is hitting and we are getting the data. Okay. But we don't go for this functionality in real time because the data may get changed, right? The values will get updated, though like frequently it will get updated, right? The base object tables. So directly we don't use the cache flag. If it is our requirement, then only we'll go for cache flag. Okay. So that's why here every time we'll provide clear cache as true. So if I provide clear cache as true, I'll trace like found in cache false. Found in cache false. Every time it hits the database table and it traces the data. So when we go for this clear cache as false means by default it is false. So when we have reference tables, means reference tables is nothing but lookup tables. So in lookup tables, the data won't get changed frequently, right? Very rare cases the data gets changes. In lookup tables, the data gets inserted but not gets updated. So if we hit the lookup tables, then we go for um, clear cache as false and we retrieve the data. This is the main functionality of read database. Okay, so here we can use this read database as a lookup. Okay, and here I'm providing only one column. Suppose if I provide any other column like email ID, lookup column as email ID, email ID, email underscore ID, and lookup data. Okay, so we're getting the data. Suppose if I provide some text over here, what I'm getting return column null we are getting. It means that how many columns we pass to the input for this table, it considers all these columns as unfunctions, means This one has to satisfy, this one has to satisfy, this one has to satisfy. Means if we provide three columns lookup functionality should get satisfied and then it provide output. Okay. So like that we can retrieve 5 columns. Here I am retrieving only one column, but if I want to retrieve like contact, I can retrieve the contact column also. At the time, at the same time, it retrieves both. Okay, we are getting both. So for read database function, we can provide 3 columns for lookup functionality. Means 3 columns has to satisfy the condition. If any of the column does not satisfy the condition, we get the null output. This is read database. And now function is there. Now function just provides the system data. Just providing the system data. Okay. These are the main three. This will I'll explain while creating the result function. Okay. Here we can test. Testing means like here we are providing the text value. Whenever it satisfies the condition, the function will get executed. Okay. And we have mat function is there. This is like ceiling, add floor, subtract, round, and logic functions. And is boolean, is date, is integer, is string empty. Okay. We use these functions mostly. Is string is empty or null, is string is null, is data is null, is date is null, is float is null. So we'll validate the incoming data. So if we get any string values as empty, which we are supposed not to get, then we reject the data. Okay. And geographic, this is like default one which we have. It's cleanse list only. Okay. I'll show you how can we do standardization of city names. So here by default that sample cleanse function like this is provided by like even Informatica sample dataset like so if we provide some text, so Toronto, if it is exact match, it provides some values like this. If it is identifies as Atlanta, it provides this value. So we'll see, okay, how this will execute. Okay, similar like this country names also. USA means we'll get output United States, US, United States, America, United States. Like these are for cleansing operations feeder. Even will see those things. So here we have different inputs. Input search type, replace all occurrences, strip, stop on hit, default value. We'll see those things, okay, while creating the cleanse function. So these are the data conversion format boolean. Converts boolean to string. Format date converts the date format. Format integer, parts boolean. Okay. If it is string, then it we get the boolean output. Okay. Parts date everything. And companies. Okay, we can create one custom cleanse function and we'll go for detail explanation. Okay. Where lock and creating one user library custom cleanse custom. Okay, custom cleanse library we have created, we'll create one cleanse function. So here graph function, regular expression function, cleanse list. So as I said, right, three types of function. First, we see cleanse list, sample one. So custom cleanse list. So one cleanse list has been created. So here we have inputs, different inputs. Input, search type, replace all occurrences, stop on hit, strip means removing something like okay, default value. So and we have outputs as output matched or matched flag. Okay, let's see what type of output like we see here. Um, we'll write some logic code here. So I want to replace the some characters like Linux means Unix with Linux. Okay? Unix with Linux. So here the exact match or regular expression we can use. Okay? Within this also we can use regular expression. Click OK. So wherever it identifies Linux, it replaces the Unix. So here search type is there. So what type of search type is there? Well, let's see. Anywhere, word, or all. So any entire, anywhere, word. Okay, we'll see different things. If I mention entire, let's see what would be the output. Okay, we are getting matched as null and match flag as false. Means this entire string does not get matched with this Unix. Means here we are searching for entire string. That's why here it is not getting matched. If I use word, if word gets matched, then we'll get the result. See, Linux is powerful OS and Linux is the most secure one. It is getting replaced. Okay. And if we see, I'll use, if we use anywhere, okay, before using anywhere, we'll so here also a Unix string is there, right? See what would be the output. Okay. We are searching for word, right? So wherever the word Unix will be found, then that will be get replaced. Here even the Unix is there, but it's not the entire word. So if we use anywhere, are you getting my point?
Yes, yes.
Okay. If we use anywhere, it will get replaced. Okay. And here we have replace all occurrences false. Let's see what would be the output. Only
First
one
one.
occurrence is like by default it is true. By default it is true. And stop on hit. I will explain you what is stop on hit. So I used Unix. I'm replacing with Linux, and I'm adding one more such thing, Linux, okay, Fedora, and Fedora CentOS. Stop on hit as false. Okay, let's test it. What we are getting? Actually, Unix has to get replaced with Linux, right? But we are getting CentOS. It means it traversed till the last such string. If we mention stop on hit as false, okay, and if we mention true, whenever it identifies this first such string, then it will get stopped. Okay.
Okay.
If it is Unix, then it gets replaced with Linux. Okay. If it is Linux, then only it has to get replaced with Fedora. So if I provide here Linux, then we get Fedora. Sorry. Mhm. Okay. It's not exact match anywhere. If Linux, let's see. This will accept that. Okay. So first time it is hitting. Okay. Replace all occurrences. Go replace all. Okay. So here it is trading like first time it is hitting, right? That's why it is stopping over there. Okay. If we mention stop on hit as false, then only it will get replaced. Okay. So here what's happening, like we have took the search strings in such a way that it has to replace all the search strings. Okay. So even though if we mention stop on hit true, so first like first string it is getting hit hitting, right? So here it is getting stopped with that instance only. That's why even though we are providing Linux, this is not getting replaced with the Fedora. Okay. So if we provide different values, then only it will show you. So suppose here in place of Linux, I'll provide some Red Hat. Okay. At that time, we'll see. And that. Okay. See, for first hit, it is stopping, and for first hit, it is stopping. This is first hit, right?
Yeah.
So it is stopping because first hit gets satisfied, right? So that's why it is getting stopped, even though if we have different one. If we stop on hit as false, the value will get changed to CentOS. Okay,
Okay.
here Fedora, yeah, I have to change this one also. Fedora to CentOS and JBoss. Okay. Now we'll get the required functionality only. So the Red Hat is satisfied with Fedora, even though we kept stop on hit as false. Okay, still we are getting these replacements. Okay. Did you get that?
Yes. Yes.
And we have strip wherever it identifies, it simply cuts that characters. Strip true. It is
Okay.
flipping those characters. Default value. If it does not say, like here the text does not uh, match, then it provides default value. So we have provided Mahesh, right? If I use in place of anywhere, if I use entire, we get default value. Default value, default value.
Okay.
Okay. And we use these things as per our requirement. Okay. And we'll see one regular expression also. Add regular expression. So let me ch- check for contact. Okay. Contact validation. Validation. So here, what like have do you have idea on regular expressions?
Yeah, a little bit.
Okay. So here, what I'm going to implement is like contact should be of length 10. Okay. And moreover, it should start with 8 or 9. Okay. Other than that, it should not accept.
Okay.
Let's see. So here I'm mentioning 9, 8. Okay. It should start with 9 or 8, and the occurrence should be only 1. And from 0 to 9, this should be of length 9 only.
Nice.
This is one regular expression. Okay. We'll test it out. Input if I provide 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. What would be the output? See, matched is getting false. Okay.
Okay.
If I provide 8, how many characters? 8, 9, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 more. Even though it is getting false. That's, let me check here whether 9 or not. Okay. So here it is accepting. Okay. So the match this. Let's see. Like we'll change this 9 or 8 also. Okay. It is true. It is accepting either 9 or 8 as a first character. Suppose if I increase the length, now it has 11 digits. We are getting the false. Okay. So whenever we get false, then we have this validation has been failed, right? Then we'll reject the record. So we have to implement the reject function. Okay.
Okay.
Um, let's implement one graph function. Similarly to this, we can use even we can compress the white spaces also. We can use for the names. Okay. Let's implement one graph function. So contact validation. Validation. See here, if you observe the icon difference for cleanse list, so it is showing that some strings, right? And for regular expression, it is showing asterisk symbol, and for the graph, it is showing the tree structure. So by looking at these functions, we can directly say that what is the graph function, what is the cleanse list function, what is the contact validation function.
Yes.
Okay. So if you go to the details, we have input output only. We can increase the input columns and we can increase the output columns. Okay, so let me edit input, like I'll make this as a contact. Even this is also contact. And even we can add inputs also. Okay, here we have drop down which type of input we need, we can provide. I'll use one more string, okay, and name also. So to compress the white space. Okay. So and we have edit one name. Okay. So now what I will do by using this function, okay, add function, I'll bring the contact validation regular expression. Go to the custom class, contact validation, click OK. So expand mode. What is the input? This is the input, and this is the match flag boolean value. This is string. If you observe that even the ports color also different. For boolean we have yellow color, for string we have gray color, and for date we have some blue color. So different color format will observe. Okay. And for name, I want to use compress white space, and I'll name. So what I have to do here is, so whenever we get the contact number other than length of 10, it should get reject, or else if we get contact number other than 9 or 8, it has to get reject. So if we test over here, okay, are we getting any reject? We're not getting any reject. Are we getting any rejects? We're not getting any. Still, we are the output is getting passed. Suppose like I connect
We are not defined
this.
the limit.
Okay, so just I have connected. So whenever it gets satisfied, we have to get the output. Otherwise, we should get rejected. What? Still, we are getting the output. Now, what we have to do to get that functionality? Okay, we have to use reject function. Let's go and use reject function. Under miscellaneous, we'll have reject. Okay, it is getting rejected. Suppose if I provide 9, still the record is getting rejected. Are you getting this?
No, I didn't get why it rejected. Now,
So
first time I understood, not the second time.
yeah, second time. So here the reject function executes every time. Okay, it doesn't consider that whether the condition is satisfied or not, because it does not know, right, the condition is satisfied or not. How can we get that functionality? So that we have to write some condition. If the condition is true, validation is true, then it should not reject the record. If validation is false, then the record should get rejected. We have to write that condition. So to write the condition, let's remove this. We have condition functionality is there. Add a condition. Okay. Let's edit this one. True means it has to allow. True means it has to allow. Okay. For false, it has to reject. Okay. So for false, we have to write the reject. So for false condition, we have to reject the record. Now go to the reject function. Every time reject will execute. Okay. We are tweaking here. The reject should execute only for false condition.
Okay.
Expand mode. Okay. Input value. And reject message, what we have to mention, we use some constant. So here we have constant C plus, even here we have some constant C plus. Okay, simply it provides the constant value. So constants of two types, different types: boolean, date, float, integer, string. So we are using contact should be length of 10, and it should start with either 8 or 9. Okay, yeah, this is, and we'll provide this record. So now we have written the condition. Let's, so if you consider here, okay, here we are getting the value, condition values. Okay, now if I want to like, suppose if it is true or false, let's see. This is the boolean value, right? Here only we'll get the boolean values.
Yeah.
Okay, so cannot automatically convert from boolean to string. Okay, here I am providing, and here I'm providing, okay, take string values. Here I'm taking string values. Case value is either false or true. But here we are getting boolean values false or true. Here what we have to do, we have to convert the data type. So for that we use one more function, data conversion functions. Format boolean. Okay, converts a boolean to string. Expand mode. Expand mode. So we'll connect this. If it is true string, we have to use true string, constant string, true. Okay, if it is true, Boolean value is true, we have to provide true because I have written here as a true. Okay,
True and false. Yeah.
now one more false. So this one will pause this one. Okay, and this input will pause this, and this output will pause this. Let's save it. Let's see the okay observation. What output we get. So let's check test this one. Here contact number is valid one, but we are getting empty. You know the reason why? Here,
Because our output is not
okay, okay. So here,
calibrated.
yeah, here the contact is where in this regular function. Okay. So if it gets satisfies this input expression, what we are providing output expression? Nothing, right?
Blank. Yeah.
Blank. So if we test over here something, uh, so matched, we are getting Boolean value as true, but output is a false, nothing. So to get the output, what we have to do? Go here, okay? We'll go here and we'll remove this and we can connect this directly to this one. Okay, let's save it. What type of output we get? We're getting output, right?
Yeah.
If I provide some false one, 7. Okay, user rejected record, reason contact should length of 10 and it should start with either 9 or 9, 8 or 9. But value what we have provided this one. Okay, we are getting the correct functionality. Okay, so this is the condition, right? I remove this output. Okay, what happens if I connect directly from here? Okay, let's observe that. So according to this, if I directly connect, uh, it has to like it will reject or it will reject the record or it directly pass that value to the output.
It will accept and pass directly that value to output.
Let's see. The record is rejected still. Okay. So what MDM will do is if we, within this cleanse function, if there is a reject function is there, it doesn't matter anything whether the port is directly connected or not. It first execute the reject function based upon the condition which we have provided. Okay. If all these conditions get satisfied, then only the output will be displayed. Okay. If I provide normal value, I'll get output. Okay. So in the projects, like some developers may connect the output, or sometimes they won't connect. Okay, they directly connect. So it depends upon their wish. So here, the true string, we are connected input to the output. If I don't connect, even nothing will happen. Nothing will happen. Okay? Still the function will get executed. If I remove this, if I connect this, you won't get any output because we haven't connected the input port. Okay? If I provide some false one, the record will get rejected. But we are not getting the output if we are getting correct one.
Okay.
So here we have to connect the input port. For true condition, we have to connect the input port. Okay? It's our wish. It could be anything. So it depends upon the developer. Okay? Now we can use this in our mapping, any of the mapping. Okay. Go to the mapping section. Okay. I'll implement in CRM part. CRM. Let's bring that function, cleanse function, custom cleanse function, contact validation. This is the prop function we have to implement here. Okay. Because we are compressing the names also. Click OK. So this is the cleanse function. We have two inputs, two outputs. For contact, we'll give contact, and for name, we'll provide name. For contact, name, and name. Okay. If you observe here, for integers, we are getting blue. For dates, we are getting some red or okay, red color. And for boolean, we are getting yellow. Like different values we'll get. Okay. And no one will ask in interview. Okay. Don't get worried.
Okay.
So just like simply I'm providing information. Okay. So in this way, we'll use this cleanse function. Like that, we can use any number of cleanse functions. But it again, it's like processing time will get increased. Let's save it. Uh, just we'll test the data. Okay. We'll create some sample data for that CL party. Data model, data model, data. We have some data. Okay. We only will concentrate on CRM. Okay. Let's change the source key for CRM records. I have changed the source key for CRM. There are three CRM records. And the contact here 1, 2, 3, 6, 10. One record is valid, another record is not valid, and this record is also not valid. Let's see what will happen. Okay. Commit these
Okay.
records. As per our validation function, cleanse function, it has to process only one record. Let's see what will happen. Go to the batch viewer, run the stage process CRM 40. Refresh, refresh. So we are getting the warning symbol, means some records are not processed. Total records it took, but only one inserter rejected two records. View reject records. This is the error description. User rejected record reason.
Okay.
Okay. Even these records will go into the stage table, reject stage table. We have reject stage table on here. Okay. We'll use CRM. Okay, these two records.
Okay.
Okay, you got it right. So
Yes.
even if user rejects the record, that records will move into this reject table. Even if the base object records get rejected, that records will move into the reject table. Okay. If system rejects, goes to the reject table. If user rejects, goes to the reject table. Okay.
Okay.
Now you got it right. Like
Yeah.
that, we can play with the cleanse functions according to our requirement. We use read database function also within the mapping here. Here we can use read database function within the mapping, and we can go for that.
Okay.
Okay. It's depends upon the requirement. This is one type of cleanse function which we use. But in the projects, just remember that if people may ask, like you have to tell that yes, we have implemented, but you have to tell to them that most of the cleanse functions we like most of the cleanse operations will perform at the ETL layer only, because to reduce the like burden on MDM
Mm.
application. Okay. Still, we implemented the cleanse function to look up some values. Okay. And you have to say like this. Okay. To look up with the reference data, for that purpose, like we used cleanse function, so that you have to tell that read database function, now function. So here I have given last update date, right, as this one. If I provide now function, it takes the it provides the system date to that. And you have to be very cautious when you use now function directly to the stage tables. Okay. Let's see what will happen now. Again, we'll run one more time. Let's saving this. Let's save this. Okay. Go to the batch viewer. So first we'll load the data which is available in the stage table. Stage table will load the data. It has to load only one record. Okay, one record. Now test the stage table. One more time. Execute. Here it processed three records. Again inserted one record. Why means,
Last
see
update.
here. Yeah, see here. We haven't changed any source key, right? But last update date also we haven't changed. But here in the mapping, we have provided last update date as a now function. Means MDM treats that every time we are getting an update to the that existing records.
Right.
That's why it is processing. If I remove this, if I remove this and connect, so okay, go to the batch viewer, run one more time. Still it is processing three records. Okay. Um, mm, 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 mm. What happened? We have changed the data type, right? Okay, now I got it. I got it. Here the last update date is different for CRM. It should it should not process. Okay. Sorry. I told you that's the wrong information. Not at the stage table level, at the base object table level. Okay, at the base object table level. Let's see. Let's see. Sorry. If you observe over here, this one record should will not get processed. Sorry, like it's applicable to the load job only. So no action. Okay. If I use no function, okay, no function again, one record will get updated. Okay. Sorry, I told you the wrong information. Go to the batch viewer. Again, process the stage job. I'll process the stage job. 97. Yeah, one record it has processed. Let's see. Here it has to process one record because the last update date got changed. 97. Xref got updated, right? Earlier, no action.
No action.
Okay. That's why we should not use no function unnecessarily. Wherever it required, we'll use only. Okay.
Okay.
Okay. Thank you. Tomorrow we'll see the queries and packages.
Okay.
Thank you, Mahesh.
Okay. Thank you. Bye.